Hey, what's going on? How y'all guys doing tonight? Welcome to Let's Face It Live with your coach Shakima S. Perry. So I'm super duper excited to be on tonight. We got a great topic we're going to be talking about tonight. So if you guys can do me a favor, when y'all guys jump on, please share this broadcast. I want other people to be blessed in what we're going to share tonight. And I want you guys to be more interactive tonight. You know, if you have any questions or you want to comment, I want you to participate in this broadcast. Okay. If you could do me that favor. Now let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the purpose of the show, right? The purpose. What is the purpose? Why do I do the show? Why do I come on here talking to you guys, talking in your ears? Y'all annoyed with me. Why do I do this? Let's Face It is a show that actually gives you not give you revelation, but give you topics and issues and questions you may have. We answer those questions. We give you resolutions. We give you step-by-step ways on how to get over something, right? Or to get something done. So this is the purpose of this show. So that's the reason why Let's Face It is alive. That's why I do what I do, okay? Because I want to give y'all some tools that you can take with you and you can ponder on it. You can think about it, say, hey, I like the way Shakima said that. I like the way her guest said that. I like the way this was said. So this is a reason why I do this show. I want to bring life into you. I want to bring, substance. This show is a show of substance. It's not just me coming on here yapping. So I give you substance. I give you something that you can go home and take with you, or you are home, but go and take with you and, maybe implement it in your life. That's going to help you and benefit you. Okay. So that is why I do this show. All right. So this is what we're going to do. Let me put up the topic on tonight so I can tell you what we're going to talk about. So we are season 2, episode 31. Topic is the benefits of being single. Okay. Season 2, episode 31. Topic is the benefits of being single. Okay. So what I kind of did tonight is a little bit different. Usually I go into the issues of singleness because we kind of really touched base on that on the other show. But I pretty much put questions, right? What are some of the questions, like myself, you, right, that are single? What are some of the questions that we may have? And I'm going to give you some answers, but I'm going to also dig a little deeper in these questions as well. Okay. So some of the questions single people have, right? So I'm going to go through them. One of them is, let's see. One of them. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. How come I am single? So that's one question single people have. Like, how come I'm still single? Okay. I've been single, me personally. I'm going to share this with you. I've been single, like, I would say single married. I have never been married, right? But I would say, saved and single, right? For maybe about, I say 15, 16 years, right? Almost 16 years that, I have dated, I had relationships, but I have been single, like not a really serious relationship, in about 15, 16 years. I had a relationship like back in 2017, that was like 6 months. So I don't really consider that so serious because it really wasn't. But anyway, so one question you guys may have, how come I am still single, right? Another question, why do I meet the wrong person? Why do I meet the wrong people? Right? That's another question we have. I have that question. Why I always meet the wrong people? Right? When will I meet him or her? So when will you meet that person of your dreams, right? When? Like, we always have that question, when. I even last night, I'm going to tell you this, being transparent. Last night, I asked God, when? How long do you want me to be single? I asked God that. How long? Like, how long? It's been a long time, right? When? Right? So that's that question we have in our mind. When is this going to happen for me, right? Another thing, another question a single person may have is there any single people out there, right? Is there any more single people out there that's doing right, that's living like I'm living, because I'm a single person, but I'm also a single Christian. So it's certain type of behavior, certain type of man I'm looking for. I'm looking for a praying man. I'm looking for a man that wants to chase after God. I'm looking for a man that loves God. I'm looking for a man that wants to grow in Christ, right? So, so that's we're talking about, is there any single person out there? So we asked that question, right? Is there any single person? And I'm going to get into the resolution. We're going to get into it deeper, but that's a question that we may have. Another question is, why do married men or women want to date me? So I'm going to tell you a story about that. But, some of you guys may have married women, married men just trying to talk to you. I talked to my friend about this the other day. So why do people that are married want to talk to me? Like, I don't get that. And another thing that I actually go through on a personal level is, why are they too young? Like, meaning they're super duper young, younger than me or younger than you, or super duper old. Like, why they can't be in the middle somewhere, right? That's another one. So these are the questions. I'm going to go through the answers and kind of give you some suggestions and go dig a little deeper in it, like the benefits. I'm going to tell you the benefits. All these questions have a benefit within the question, right? So I'm going to get into it a little bit deeper, but we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And when we get back, we're going to dig into it. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Purpose to Promise Academy, where lives are changed and dreams come true. Learn how to write and publish your book. Learn how to fix and manage your credit, so you can finally get the home of your dreams. Visit us at purposetopromise.com. All right, so we are back. Thank you so much for tuning in. No, I'm playing. But anyway, so I'm going to go into my own personal story, right, of my singleness, my single lifestyle. I'm going to go to my own personal story. And I'm going to tell you the benefits. I'm going to get into each question, but I'm going to go into the benefits of why I feel like singleness is the bomb.com, right? So me personally, some of you guys know, I've been single for going on 16 years. I have dated along the way. I had a boyfriend here and there. Matter of fact, I had a couple of boyfriends. I just thought about it, but it's been short-winded, right? So I did date somebody. I think I dated two people that I considered boyfriend. And then I had people that I dated, things like that. So being single has its benefits. And what I say for the benefit of being single, right? I would say this is like number one, and this is for all single people that's single. You don't have to answer to nobody. I can go out my house and do whatever I want to do. Not saying I'm doing anything sinful, because I'm a woman of God. Do anything I want to do. I ain't got to say, babe, can I go? Or babe, I'm going here. I don't got to answer to nobody. Okay? That feels good. I know some of y'all single people say, oh, but I want a husband when I want to what? Listen, I ain't got to answer nobody. I got to call nobody. I ain't got to do nothing like that. So that's a benefit I will say for myself. So when it came to me being single, I love the fact that I was free to do what I want, free to go as I please, right? Even when it came to me dating somebody, the benefit I would say of dating is, not saying I date multiple people, but the benefit of dating, you kind of getting to know people, you're meeting people, you don't have to, you just be yourself, you be yourself, you date, you be yourself, you just go out, you get to really have that freedom. Also, you can just do wonderful things for yourself. You can, buy yourself some flowers, go take yourself out on a date, you have that alone time. Like, I'm gonna say this, when someone is married, some people feel suffocated. I'm not saying everybody. Some people feel suffocated in their marriage, right? So with me, I'm free. I can be by myself. I don't have to ask permission to be myself. I can be alone, because a lot of people feel like, oh my God, this marriage is smothering me, right? So when you have somebody all up under you, that could be very overwhelming, right? As a single person, as a married person. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that. But some married people do tell me, like, Shakima, I be needing breaks. I be needing breaks because it's too much. It's too much. Some people like that. Not everybody, but some people feel like they're smothered. So when you're married, you can kind of have that breather. You can have that time. Another thing I feel like is a benefit would be really finding out what I want and don't like. A lot of times when you're in relationships for a long period of time, right, with someone, or not even relationship for a long period of time, like you in and out relationships, in and out relationships, in and out relationships. A lot of times you really can't identify what you really want. Like with me, I feel like me being single helped me to identify what I want and what I don't want in a man. So even dating helps. So when I date guys along the way, I kind of could see like what type of guy I'm looking for. I can see the signs. I can see certain things. So it allows me to have like not a rap sheet, but have like a more of a knowledge of what type of man I'm looking for, what I don't like, what I do like. Also, it allows me to see myself, like really get to know me as a person. Like me being single all this time, even though sometimes I'll be like, Lord, I don't want to be single no more. I'm being honest. But being single all this time really allowed me to really love myself as a person, really love myself internally, inside and out, really see the face of Shakima. Let's face it, right? It's the name of the show. Really face who Shakima is, what Shakima needs to change, the internal Shakima, the things I need to change and work on. So it allows me to work on myself. And that's important. When you're single, you need to work on your internal area, the part that you need to work on as being a better person, being a better friend, being a better sister. You need to work on those things because that's important. And a lot of times we feel like being married, all those issues that you have internally is going to go away, and it's not. So when you deal with you, it helps you to build you and build a confidence in you. I would say me personally, me being single, like I transition as a person. I transition internally and outwardly because I dealt with the inner things I was dealing with as a person and really facing who I was. And it made me better. A lot of times things don't happen right away because God wants us to deal with the internal part of us, the things that's ugly, the things that's nasty, the things that's, that cannot go into marriage, right? Your possessiveness, your quick, to snap on somebody, quick to get mad, quick to cut somebody out, quick that stuff gotta go. Because what's going to happen is going to destroy the relationship that God is placing you in. So that helps. That's the benefit. I know y'all be like, this is not a benefit. It is a benefit because that's going to help your marriage. So when that man comes in your life, it's going to help the marriage to flourish. It's going to help the marriage to be better. And another thing I would say the benefit of me being single is me actually coming into myself, being my own person, the confidence. Let's see. Sherry said that's true. Thank you, Sherry, for joining. Thank you so much. But yeah, the confidence, like I can say from like 10 years ago, right? I'm totally different with my confidence level. Even the men that I did date, they saw that some of the men was intimidated by it. So that's another thing. So when you're confident and you deal with a man that's intimidated, that's going to show. And you don't want to be with a man that's intimidated by you. You want to be a man that's your equal, that can kind of not compete with you, but can kind of step toe to toe with you, right? So if you're growing into a woman, you want that man to be growing as well. So as you growing, that man of God or that person that God has for you is growing. So you want to have that growth. You want to have that confidence. You want to have that readiness for marriage. Because once you step into that marriage, it's all like, that's it. You said I do. Now, yes, you could go divorce and go through that process, but you said I do. You never want to get married to the wrong person, right? Thank you so much. So Sherry says, speak it, sis. Thank you so much. But yeah, you don't want to get married to the wrong person. So you got to deal with that inner you. And then even with me, like my makeup stepped up to the game. I did certain things, certain clothes, my clothes changed, different things like that. Like I'm getting ready, like getting married, ready for marriage. You got to spruce yourself up. You can't look like anything. Some of us want to get married. We looking like rag dolls. And I'm just being honest, and I'm trying to be disrespectful, but we looking at rag dolls. And you're like, who's going to look at that? Who wants to see that? And I'm not saying you ain't going to wear makeup. You're going to have makeup all the time as you're married, or you're going to look nice all the time when you're married. You're probably going to wake up sometimes with your hair stand on your head. You know what I'm saying? And your husband going to love you, but you keep yourself up. As a woman, you got to keep yourself up. You got to make it, you got to look your best, and not only look your best for him, but look your best for you. Do it for you. Because when you're single, you're doing things for you. You're not doing it to get attention. You're doing it for you. And I know at one point I was doing it for other people. I was doing it, because I want to get a man. I'm going to lose weight for my husband. I'm not losing weight for my husband. I'm losing weight because I want to look good. I want to put me on a nice dress and look in the mirror like, oh, girl, you look good. You look sexy. You look good. That's what I'm doing it for. So when you do it for yourself first, then that man can compliment your life. And that's what I realized, that years ago, I wasn't ready for marriage. I would have destroyed the marriage. I had a mouth. Now, when I say my mouth, and some people don't know that, but when I get mad, I don't cuss, thank God. But when I get angry, I will like, I be going like that. That was me back in the day. And that was probably like 5-6 years ago. I was like, look, because I had my ex-boyfriend, I told like, look, let me tell you, dude, da. You know what I'm saying? Look, that's how I talked to him. I was disrespectful. I was. I had no submission. And God showed me that he was like, Shakima, you are not submissive. How am I gonna give you a husband and you telling your man off? And I realized, I said, oh my God, like what's wrong with me? I didn't have that submissive behavior. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that. So it was like God had to start to teach me that. And then I was in another situation. We wasn't boyfriend and girlfriend, but I was so submissive. Like it was like a submissive behavior. It wasn't like I'm trying to talk on top of him and I'm trying to, it was more so like, yes. And I'm listening. I'm more attentive. I'm more, so it started like God started to groom me. Right. And I felt like I was getting so much better. Like, wow, I'm getting better. I'm doing this. I'm getting better at that. I'm no longer trying to tell my boyfriend off no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling him off. I'm more so like, I'm calm, collective, cool. That's when growth is taking place. The benefits of being single is growth. Okay? It's growth. When you grow, now you know more. You grow, right? You know the things that tick you off, the things that kind of switch you off. You just kind of start to get to know you, right? I'm not saying you're going to be single like myself for like 15, 16 years, but what I'm saying is look at the benefits of being single. It's getting you ready for marriage, even when it comes to cleaning your house, right? Oh, some of us like, I want to get married. Your house is dirty. You know what I'm saying? My house is a little junky right now, too. I'm being honest. I have to spruce it up. It's not crazy. I don't get too crazy. But, you have to, you start, learning different type of dishes, cooking, and, start acting like you're married. But when you prepare yourself, you start doing those things like you're already married, right? Oh, I'm going to cook me a nice dinner. For Christmas, I was here by myself for Christmas. I was here right by myself. Guess what I did? I made me a Christmas dinner. I sure enough did. I made me crabs. I made me a whole chicken. I made me what it was. I think it was, yes, Liza. Yes, Liza. Self-love equals growth. Yes. I made me some I think I made some, what did I make? Some vegetables or whatever. I made some butter, like the biscuits from the store. I made those and it was fun. I was just enjoying myself, like making myself a meal. And then I'm envisioning in my mind, like when my husband come, like, this is what I'm going to do for him. This is what I'm going to do for my family. So if you're not used to cooking now, how you going to be used to cooking when you get married? You like, I ain't cooking nothing. I'm going to eat out every day. And then you going to talk about, I want a husband. Do you have the husband qualities? Hello? Thank you. Thank you, Sherry. Sherry said it for me. Hello? Do you have the qualities of a wife? If you're looking for a husband, you have to have the qualities of a wife. If you're looking for, if you're a man, you're looking for a wife, you have to have a qualities of a husband. What's the qualities of a husband? I'm gonna get deep into that, because I'm talking about the women. Let's talk about the men for a little bit. So with men, you have to be ready for a wife. You have to be responsible. You have to have a decent job. No minimum wage. If you have a minimum wage job and you're at 45 years old, you need to check that. How you going to take care of your wife? How you going to take care of some kids? You got to look at those things. You can't say, well, yeah, she got to take me like she got to take me. No, we ain't taking you like you're going to take you. You're going to get your life together before you get a wife, before you get the wife that you want. So you may get a wife, but you're going to get somebody that is not up to the quality that you're looking for. That's what it's about. So when you get yourself together, you can't expect somebody on a level that's higher and you're not on that level. Like, I remember when I got when I first moved to Richmond and I got my house and I got my car and everything, and I was super excited. I was like, I got me a BMW. I was thinking I was living a life. I'm like, oh man, I'm doing good. Boom, boom, boom. No, God was like, you need to step it up. He said, no, you need to step it. You need to get a house. You need to step it up, because your husband that you're looking for, you want him to have all of these qualities, but you don't have it. Come on, I'm gonna say it again. You want your husband, you want your wife to have all these qualities, and you ain't got it. You got nothing to bring to the table, and you want your husband to have everything. You want your wife to have everything. No, it doesn't work that way. So let's get ourselves together and have the benefits while we're single. So I know this is topic, maybe not the most popular topic, but it's going to prepare you, right? So Dawn said dirty and messy is two different things, right? Dirty and messy, right? Like it's a little messy, but it's dirty, that's dirty, right? And Sherry said hello, right? So that's what it is. So when it comes to that, you have to get prepared. You got to be prepared. And that's what God's been doing with me, preparing me. Yes, it's been hard. It's been hard. Yes, it's been tough. Yes, it's been moments I cried. Yes, it's been moments I'm like, God, where he at? Yes, I had moments I'm like, oh my God, I don't know when I'm going to get married. I had those feelings. We all do. But what are you doing after the feelings? After you have those feelings, once you have your diva attack, right? Once you have your diva attack, or once you have your emotional attack, right? Because that's what it is. It's like an emotional moment, right? When you have that, what do you do after that? Do you start preparing, or you still just start crying? Crying is not going to bring your husband. Preparing is going to bring your husband. Because when he comes, you're going to be ready for him. You're going to be ready for that man, right? So Jamshid said, you look beautiful. Thank you so much. Diva attack, right? You have a deal, oh my God, going crazy, right? So we got to be prepared. So let's go into the questions, right? I'm going to kind of, I kind of really gave y'all everything, but I'm going to go into the questions. So these are the questions that we may have. How come I am still single, right? How come? Okay, matter of fact, before I go into the questions, I want to go into the second commercial break, and I'm going to go through the questions one by one. And then I have something to share with you guys. So let's go to the commercial break real quick, and we'll be right back.
This was me fighting for my life. I lost my mind, but I did not know how to get it back. I had to step it up and fight back with the only strength I knew I had. Find out how it all turned out Get your signed copy today. Go to GleeBargainCenters.com.
All right, we're back. So Jasmine said, it's so disappointing because women are taught to prepare, but men are not. So it's like we always have had to build a man to some degree. Shaking my head. It's so funny, Jasmine, that you touched that. That's true, because men are not taught that a lot, right? And sometimes we do got to build, but we have to look at it this way too, that some things that men have that we need, and some things women have that the men need too. So it's some degree, we sometimes we do feel like we got to go extra mile and build them and come on. But the thing is, as long as the man has the basic stuff, like we talked about the other night, as long as he has the basics, we can work on that man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he's open to it, and that's what it is. When you have two individuals that's open, I'm open to learn what you have to say. I'm open to this. I'm open to that. You just have to have two hearts that are open, and you can learn so much from each other. So sometimes it's not so much you have to build so much. It's more so the openness and the willingness to change, the willingness to grow, the willingness to build a relationship with God, because, God is the center of your marriage. That's important. The willingness, the willingness helps. So like sometimes it does feel like, oh my God, I feel like I got to build this man from the ground up, right? But some men are not taught that. But when it comes to like the basic stuff, if that man has the basic stuff, he has, the word of God, he knows it actually, it helps, and then some things that he has, you may need, So let's see. Okay. What is this guy? What do you say? Hold up. Love to meet you if possible. I live in Falls Church, VA, but currently I'm in Regency Rehab in Arlington because of surgery I had on my right foot. Well, I'm praying for you, okay? Jam shit. I'm mess up your name, but I'm praying for you. So, and hopefully one day we meet. Maybe. All right. So let's get into the questions. So some of the questions that single people ask, right? Why? Okay, hold on. I want to get to, okay. Okay. How come I am still single? So sometimes you do got to ask this question that, right? How come I'm still single? Sometimes you do have to look into your life, right? Now, I'm not saying this is for everything, because I'm going to get into it a little bit deeper. Sometimes you got to look into your life and start looking at things like we spoke about, the changing certain things, keeping yourself up. So sometimes it could be keeping yourself up. You just, you go out looking like anything. You put a do-rag on your head. That could be the reason why you're single. Another thing, it could be the fact that, God is preserving that relationship, that man. He's preparing that man, right? Another thing, he's preparing you. So it's so many factors of why you still single. And then another thing, a lot of times when you're single, you actually are not single for yourself. You single for someone else. Like, so you can minister to other people. Like sometimes I feel like I know the Lord is going to use my ministry to minister to women that are waiting for marriage. And when I do get married, then they're going to understand the process, and they're going to understand like, okay, I understand why God had you wait that long, because I've been waiting for only 2 years, and now you've been waiting for like 16 or 17 or whatever years. Now I understand, because now it's showing that it's possible. Like sometimes God want to use you as an example. So I know with God, he's using me as an example. He's using me as a long example, but he's using me as an example. So Dawn says, I think it has a lot to do with how men are raised, right? Like the father not being there, or like Shakima said, they don't have God in their lives, right? So you have to know that person, you want to have God in your life, and then you don't have to compromise. He has to have God. And then even when it comes to like, even if he's not on your level in God, as long as he has God, he knows the word, he's willing to change, he's willing to grow. The same on your end. Y'all can build together. You can build together, right? So another one we're going to talk about, why do I meet the wrong person? Now, let's see what Liza says. Some people don't go anywhere to be found. That's why they are still single. You're right. That's a good one. They don't go nowhere, right? They don't go nowhere. It's true. And the thing is, right now we in a pandemic, so we really can't go. But sometimes you do have to go out. Go to the grocery store. Hang out. You got to go out. Show yourself, right? You can't. Nobody can marry you, or nobody can see you. You ain't out, right? That is such a true statement, right? I think some more people have something to say here. Sherry said, "My brother's father raised them, yet he is a horrible example of a man." Oh God. Sometimes it is backwards, but it is a choice. That's what it is. It is a choice. That's one thing. You could be raised by a great father. You could be raised by a great man, but it's a choice. What do you take the principles or do you throw it away? Right? So it's a choice. That happens. I know somebody that happened to. Okay. All right, I really appreciate it if you could come to meet me at Regency Reed. Please. I can't come to meet you, but I will be praying for you, Jamshid. All right, so Jasmine said, "I'm single because I'm not letting these men take me to." So fun. Jasmine, you're crazy. Take me to hell. I know that's right. Dawn says, "Does he have God in his life?" Yes, he has to have God. He has to know God. He has to have a relationship with God. He got to be a praying man. You know, he doesn't have to be, that's what I said, he doesn't have to be on the level you are, but he has to be on some type of level in God with his relationship, you know, so he has to know the Lord. So that's the reason why. And what we talked about, why do I meet the wrong person, right? So meeting the wrong person, another thing with meeting the wrong person is because we're not looking at the quality. So we meet somebody and we're not looking at the quality. We're not really seeing the red flags. If we see a red flags, I'm not saying don't give people a shot, but when you start seeing red flags, it's because they ain't right. So sometimes you can meet the wrong person, but you know what it is? You have to go through the process of meeting people. Like I'm learning. Sometimes I be all scared. I'm like, oh, I don't want to meet because I don't know. And sometimes you gotta like go through the process. You gotta go through. I'm not saying you gotta go through the men, but you gotta go through the process of meeting people. And I know sometimes it's hard. Like, why do I meet the wrong person? I think a lot of times, sometimes it could be the type of people you're around. Are you around the right people? Sometimes you could be around the wrong people and you meeting wrong people because there's the wrong people they're around wrong people. So you meet the wrong person, right? It could be the people around. Where do you go? Do you meet people in church? You know what I'm saying? Like that. And I feel like even you can actually visit other churches. You know, I was going to do that. I'm being honest. Visit other churches. You may meet people in other churches. Visit other churches here and there. And, you know, you may meet other people. It's other people in other churches. Not saying you're going to go to that church, but go to other churches. Nothing wrong with that. Don't feel like because you go to one church, you can't visit another church. That's like, if that's the case, that's more of a cult. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel free to go out there, meet other people, meet other, you're not saying that you're going directly for men, but go to other churches, meet people. Why not? You know, what people do, what is the word? You know, network with other people. You know, if you're selling products, that makes you help you to know people, getting to know another pastor, things like that. You start meeting people through other pastors, like start going out there, meeting people, things like that. Right. So that's the reason why you may meet the wrong person, because you may be wrong around the wrong people, or you're not going to the right places. You know what I'm saying? In the church is good. Now you got people in the church, some people in the church are crazy. But I'm just saying you got to put yourself out there, right? So that's could be the reason why. When will I meet him or her? It's up to God. I'm being honest, up to God, but it's also up to you, because at the end of the day, you make the choice on who you want to marry at the end of the day. So someone said, Sherry says, most of the men in church are already taken. You're so right. You know why? I'm going to tell you this. That's a good one too. A lot of times men are not going to church. It's like you got men, I'm telling you, and I met them. You got men that are saved and they love God, but they don't go to church. You know why? Because of church hurt. Church hurt is a big one. So a lot of times these men, and they're single, they don't go to church. They have a relationship with God. They love the Lord. They pray. They do things, but they are literally not going to church because of church hurt or what they saw in the church and stuff like that. So sometimes we do got to get past that, because some people don't go to church because of that. But you're so right. You're so right. So some of them, everybody come marry. They come with a boo. You know what I'm saying? So That's why we got to pray for our men. We got to pray that God will send them back to the church. A lot of men I know personally, they're single and they because they don't go because of what they've seen. So we got to get over that, right? So Jasmine says these church men have so many options. Right? They do, because all the women, all the single women, and then you got, one. Okay, so what happens is you get all these single women and you got one new guy that goes to the church and everybody want them, right? It's crazy. But we got to pray, because some men are really single and they just not going to church because of whatever. And then it's nothing wrong with kind of dating someone that may have went to church and maybe kind of, had a situation. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as he have a relationship with God, he could come to your church. Amen. Praise God. Oh my God. I love to have a wife just like that. I hope my dream come true. Please contact me. Jamshid, I told you, I pray for you. Okay. I'm not contacting you. I pray for you. Okay. So, let's go to the next thing. Next time, I'm not gonna put your comment. I'm messing with you. All right. So why? Okay. So we talk about why do we meet him or her? It's in God's time, and then it's also your choice. So you choose who you marry, and then also in God's time, because God will send the right person, but you have to really know the fruit. You have to look at the fruit, and you have to make sure you marry the right person. You marry them by their fruit. What type of man that is? What type of woman that is? So that's when you will meet that person, right? Another one, is there any single people out there? Let me see. Don't answer him anymore. It's fine. It's fine, Dawn. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But anyway, is there any single people out there? Yes, they are. And so, as I said, some of them are not in the church, right? And then some of them, like I talked about the other day, some of them are online. You may need somebody in another state, so don't be knocking online now. Don't knock it. You never know. I know a couple people. I know someone personally that met their husband online and got married and ain't happily married. So don't be shunning online now. Everything is virtual. So there are single people out there. They're on social media. I'm not saying inbox no man. I'm not saying that. But, make yourself look beautiful on Facebook. I'm being honest. I know I'm being honest. I had, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be like I'm all that. But I had, even though they wasn't the right men, but I had men inbox me constantly. It was like I put up a certain picture. It was like they going crazy, inbox me, calling me on Facebook. That's ridiculous. But I'm just saying, make yourself presentable. And then people start reaching out to you. It may not be the right person yet. But that right person may get in that inbox, okay? That might. So there are single people out there. Another one, why do married men or women want to date me? Now, let me tell you. Hold on. Okay. Jamshid, I told you. I know you're a nice man. God bless you. All right. So I had a situation, right? Someone else I know had a situation that this particular person tried to talk to me, act like he was single and he was married. I found out, right? So why do married men and married was like, okay, I'm going to put it like this. And I'm going to go into the scenario of what I went through, right? This particular person had a situation with their spouse, right? I'm not going to say what it was. And now they're separated from their spouse. So now they feel like, okay, I'm separated. So now I can mingle with someone else. But people don't understand. Some men think separation means, oh, I'm single. You're not single. I don't know who told you that, but you're not single. Okay. So some men may have a situation and they go through emotion. I feel like men, and I'm being honest, I feel like men have a hard time being by themselves. I really like, as much as we as women have a hard time, we go from relationship to relationship to relationship. I feel like men do, because I'm going to tell you why. When a woman husband passed away, it takes them a very long time to marry someone else. Either they never marry or they take like 5-10 years, right? When a man's wife passed, and this is not no disrespect, but when a man's wife passed, they be married in 2 years, 3 years. And they like nothing happened. I'm not saying that they didn't love their wife, but a man feels like they need someone because they're not with someone. I feel like men are more emotional in that area. And I know people be like, oh, that is true. I have seen it. I feel like they're more emotional. Like we can actually be single, but men, they can't be single for a certain amount of time. They need to be with somebody. God said it is not good for men to be alone. LOL. Right? It's true. I noticed that. I said men could easily just move on, even if their woman is alive. Like they could be out of a relationship and then another one. Like, how do you do that? But men really are the emotional ones. We the emotional ones. They are. I gotcha. No, I'm joking. But they be so emotional because they want to be with somebody. Like they feel like they need to be with someone. And I'm just calling it like it is, right? Okay, so the married man, they get vulnerable, they do stupid things. Now, some married men, they not separated at all. They just want to do what they got to do. So they want to be fruitful and multiply and be with a bunch of women. They want to be like Solomon in the Bible. That's what it is, but it's not like that nowadays. Okay, so if a man want to date you and they're married, run as far as you possibly can. Because I ran. I was like, oh no, we ain't doing that. Okay. All right. Okay, another one. This is the one I deal with. Why are the men are either too young or too old? Right? Too young or too old. Now, I'm 40 years old, right? And I deal with men. Like when men want to talk to me, they like early 20s, right? Because I look young. So they're either in their early 20s or they in their 50s and 60s. And this is my philosophy. I'm just being funny. I said with young men, they think I'm younger, so they try to talk to me, right? So that makes sense. Now the older men, they try to talk to me because they want a pretty young thing like Michael Jackson. That's just what it is. I'm being honest. They want a pretty young thing. And I'm like, you ain't having me because you too old. I'm joking. But, sometimes men, they want what they want. When they see you looking young, pretty, looking nice, they want what they want. So sometimes they could be too young or too old. Sometimes it's hard to find them in the middle. And you will eventually. I always get in between. Okay, that's good. You get the in between. You get somebody like I don't get that. I get people like either too young or too old. I don't know. And sometimes it just happened that way. But eventually you're gonna find the one that fits. Because I'm a type of person. I want someone that's either this is my thing. So I guess this is like sort of kind of like in between. So I'm 40. So I would date someone 35, right? 35 and up. Or if they older than me from my age to 47. I know that sounds crazy, but that's my range. So that's 35 to 47. That's my range. Because I don't really want to date someone 50. I know it sounds crazy, but I just don't want to. I mean, I love the 50-year-old men. God bless their hearts. But I don't want to date. I don't want to go into the 50. Like when I was 30, I didn't want to date anybody 40. That's just my thing. But the only way, I'm going to tell you this, okay, because I don't want to restrict myself. The only way I will date somebody, if they're 50, they got to look young. And they can't be an old man. Like, they look like they old. They walking like they old. They act old. No, I don't want that. So Jasmine said 10 years up, 5 years down max for me. Okay, that's not bad. That's kind of similar to mine. So I'm 5 years young and I'm close to 10 years. I'm not exactly at it. I'm like 7, 8, maybe 48. That's why if I do 49, I might say 50, right? But anyway. So that's what my issue is, like either too young or too old. That's what I deal with. Anyway, let me see. And you say yes, can't look old, right? Dawn said yes, can't look old. Sherry says they wanna take too many naps. Oh God, like I'm tired, man. I've been through the wire. That is hilarious. But I'm gonna tell you this. So basically, there are so many more benefits in being single. So singleness is wonderful. Singleness, you can do what you want. You ain't got to answer nobody. You can kind of figure out what you want, like meaning, what you want in a husband. You start to really find out who you are. It builds a confidence in you. Because I know me being single built a confidence. I don't think I probably got this confidence if I was married 10 years ago. I don't think I would be at this level. I don't know. I don't think so, because when I'm single, it just made me kind of look at things differently. Okay, the way I look, the way I dress, I'll be like, let me put it together. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of spruced me up a little bit by being single. So there's so many more benefits. We just have to embrace our singleness while we wait for the man or woman of our dreams. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, put it in the chat. I would love to answer questions for you. Okay. Because we basically done. I'm just going to share something with you, and then we're going to basically be off. So let's see. Just put it in the chat. So I just got some things for you guys. Let me, matter of fact, I'm going to put this. So I have a special offer tonight, which is called, let me see. This is my website. I'm just going to put this website up. What is it at? This is called Incentive of the Day. I didn't put this up in a while. So Incentive of the Day, if you go on my website, I was going to put like a specific class, but I have so many different classes on the website. I have how to set up your LLC, how to create captivating commercials that sells, how to grow your followers on Facebook and Instagram and sell to them. I got so many things on www.purposetopromise.com, right? If you get anything tonight, if you go on the website, I'll actually have, I create the commercials for you. I also have create graphics. I did change the package. So it's 3 graphics for $97. If you go on the website and get anything from my school, www.purposetopromise.com, if you get anything, I don't care what you get. Because some of it goes from $27 to, I think, $197, right? Anything you purchase, I don't care what it is. Anything you purchase, you're going to get a free copy of my book, Unlimited Faith. Okay, this book is powerful. This book is amazing. A lot of people are loving it. It gives faith principles. It gives short stories. It shows you just, how to walk by faith. It gives great testimonies in this book. I've read this book so many times, but I read it. The testimonies are so powerful. I have a testimony in it. If you go to my school, go to www.purposetopromise.com, get any class. I don't care what it is. Okay. I think I have from 27, 37, 47, 57, 60, I don't know. Anything you want, because I have classes on how to create your book, how to write your book, how to publish your book, how to sell your book. I mean, I got everything business, everything to grow yourself. And it's going to be a benefit, and it's on demand. It's on demand, already ready to go. So as soon as you purchase it, you have access. So as soon as you purchase this book, I will ship this book out to you, Unlimited Faith, when you think your faith has run out. If you love these shows that you're coming on and all these different things and all the things I share, this book you would definitely love, okay? So go to purposetopromise.com. You will get this book shipped out for you for free. And then all I have to do is I'll inbox you and get your address, okay? So check out the classes I got on there. I got some great classes on there, all right? Check that out. All right. So one more thing, and then I'm out of your heads. I'm out of your heads. Okay. All right. So if you're interested in being part of my show, go to Purpose to Promise. That's my school. purposetopromise@gmail.com. Email me. Let me know what you want to talk about, what you want to say, what you want to be, what you want to do. And if it fits the show, you definitely could be one of my guests. I do have a guest on this Friday, and I also have a special panel that's coming on next. I think it's going to be Monday, because Monday looks like it's winning. So I think on next month, I have a special panel of single women and married women. You don't miss that show. I'm going to put it up, okay? Don't miss that show next week. I think it's going to be on Monday, because almost all the women saying Monday. So it's probably going to be next Monday. But don't miss it. It's going to be a special panel. Married women, single women, we're going to be discussing it. We're going to be laughing. We're going to be arguing. No, we ain't going to argue. I'm joking. But we're going to be laughing. It's going to be a great show. So check that show out. So if you're interested in being part of my, being a guest on here, purposetopromise@gmail.com, email me. Also, if you have any show topics, anything you want to talk about, you be like, hey, Shakima, I want to talk about this, or I want to talk about that. Let me know. I will definitely be happy to discuss, if I have, the resolution for it. Okay. So definitely check that out and email me. Now, Liza said something. Counselor says, not a matter of it, but when. When it comes to getting tired of your marriage, that's when you have to rekindle. Enjoy the singleness because there's a time for everything, right? Enjoy it. Thank you, Liza. And Liza, I'm gonna be working on your stuff for you, your graphics. I'm gonna be working on that. I was gonna work on it today, but I got sidetracked. But I got you. We're gonna get it done. It's gonna be beautiful. You're gonna love it. All right. So if y'all want y'all graphics done too, I think did I take it off here? No, I think I took it off. But yeah, check out the website. You'll see the graphics package there too. 3 graphics for a great price. And I'll do it for you and everything like that. She laughing. Hey, Liza. Gotcha. All right. So thank you guys for joining in. Y'all came in deep tonight. I appreciate that because I love when y'all come and interact and be a part of the show. I hope you like the show. If you like the show, type like in the comments. Like. And I will be back on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be back on. And what we're going to be talking about is, I think it's what is your motive for marriage? What is your motive, right? What is your reason? What is your motive? So we're going to get into that on Wednesday. So join me on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have another show, great show for you. And then on Friday, I do have a special guest coming on. We're going to be talking about, ready versus not ready for marriage. So we're going to dig deep into that. Okay. So thank you for joining Let's Face It. Thank you for coming on. If you guys, since y'all guys are on here, please, every single one of y'all that's on here, please share this broadcast. I want everybody to be blessed. Okay. So share this, share. I appreciate you guys. So thank you for joining. Love you guys. See you on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. And what we gonna do? What? Let's face it. Have a great night. And I'll see you soon. And then Liza says she like it. Dawn says she like it. Thank you so much. I have a great night. Thank you. And I will see you on Wednesday. Peace.